Oh, howdy everyone. Time for an update, I guess. It's been a while. A lot of things have been happening. Uh, we sort of started an off-grid journey. Yay! Not sort of forced off-grid journey. So that was interesting. We sort of had a break in at our place. Lost quite a lot of stuff, which sort of put a grinding halt to work on the boat and everything else. And then to rub salt in the wound, a week before Christmas, we get a no grounds eviction. So that was nice. And then 4 weeks later, 6 weeks later, they rescinded it and said we could stay. I was like, well, no, we've already found another place. And it was just sort of lucky. I sort of put it out there on Facebook, and someone I won't mention came to our rescue, has offered us a shed on their property, rent in return for labour. So I'm just cleaning up and doing a little bit of work around the farm. Not that I can do much with my back. You just do half an hour every day and you get through it pretty quick. Yeah, so it's been rather interesting. We're sort of reliant on our own power and water and everything out here, so I've sort of been installing power systems. I'll give you a quick squizzy. I've installed my power system, which is it's a 3.5 kilowatt inverter charger. So it has a solar, you can put there's a 5 kilowatts with the solar panels up to that. You can hook your generator up to it. When I start the generator, it automatically starts charging the batteries, and I can set that up to 90 amps. It's a circuit breaker for all the 240 volt stuff, all earth leakage detection and everything. This is my generator mains in, and that goes to the inverter charger. So it goes up to here, and you got all your inverter stuff. So this one's not used at the moment. You've got a couple of circuits in the house and a circuit for the pump, the water pump for the house. You've got your earth leakage and the main switch. I've got my secondary charge controller there, which does up to 60 amps. So it's got 2 kilowatts with the panels hooked up to it. This doesn't have anything hooked up to it at the moment in the way of solar panels, but I'm getting there. It's just time and money. You've rarely got both in life. You've always got lots of time and no money, or lots of money and no time. What else have we got? Got a battery monitor there. I've got my DC. So you've got the inverter, circuit breaker, you've got the solar, my solar charge controller. Then you've got 24 volts comes into this fuse panel, and you've got a DC to DC charger and converter in the back that converts the 24 to 12 volts on this rail, and that runs all my ubiquity stuff and access points and things like that. What else can I show you in here? That's about it in here. There's a home assistant computer that runs out of this. I've got 400 amp hours at 24 volts of lithium there, all hooked up and charging beautifully. We've got our Starlink satellite internet connection. There's my home assistant PC. It's running on an old i3 3880K. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. It's got Debian Linux running on there, and I've got home assistant running in a container. And there's that little DC to DC converter in the back there. Oh, power cables. I'm still in the process of hooking solar panels up and getting all that sort of, it's not exactly an easy job. And like I said, we're just in a shed. Like you can see, when we moved in here, there was no wall on there and no floor under where I'm standing now. And so I've built a floor in through this section, put a wall up there, And I've sort of been starting to build a bit of a kitchen. There's our sub panel. That's got 24 volts going into there, and there's a 40 amp 24 to 12 volt converter in there. And there's some ESP32s which connect back to the home assistant, which run those relay blocks, which runs my lights and a few other bits and pieces. That comes out, you know, you got the diesel heater comes in up there. I've got a little car fridge down there. We've got our, you know, fridge freezer. Nice big freezer there. I've been building this bathroom slowly but surely. Not much to see yet, but we're going to get a smaller vanity because that one we got for free and it's too big, unfortunately. We've got that shower screen for free. We've just got our portaloo in there at the moment while I'm doing this. I've done all the plumbing, so we've got a shower mixer here. Outside the shed there's a sink on the wall out there, so I've got a hot and cold tap there, plus I've got a cold tap that I've plumbed in down the bottom there. That all goes around, it goes to your toilet, cock lock, goes to the cistern behind the fridge. We've got an outlet there to plug the fridge in because the fridge has got water and ice, and that's where it comes in for your sink mixer, and it goes outside there. It goes to the water filter, accumulator tank, water pump, and then back to the water tank. So I've been sort of pretty busy trying to organise all that stuff. Let's have a look outside. Have a quick squizzy outside. Let's show you what I've done out here. This place, the grass out here was waist high when we moved in. I've sort of cleared all of this, mowed all the grass with a little Ryobi 36 volt bloody battery lawnmower. So there's a good plug for Ryobi, not sponsored. And we're sleeping in the camp trailer at the moment. So yeah, we've got the camp trailer there with a little camp shower out at the back until I can get the shower and toilet hooked up, which is, you know, a work in progress. I've got the generator sitting under the old tinny. Keep it out of the weather. I started digging the trench to bring the pipes from the bathroom. They're going to come out there, and they're going to come over here. See with the septic, which we've started to dig. Yeah, it's always fun digging holes by hand. But we started digging that hole out for the septic, and the leach pit will go down there between those trees. I'm just hoping that clay seam doesn't go all the way down there, because that's going to be a bit of a problem for a leach pit. Apart from that, you know, we're sort of slowly getting there. Put all the solar panels, you know, I've been mowing all of this, and sort of these piles have been pushed up by the bulldozer. I've been slowly cutting them up with my chainsaw. I'm mowing all the grass. Sort of trying to make the place look a bit neater and tidy. Now, my biggest problem is solar. That tree's got to go. That tree, that tree, that tree, this tree over here, this one here, this one here. They've really got to go so I can get some solar. Like I said, I've got 2 kilowatts worth of panels on the roof, and on a fully sunny day I get about 120 amp hours. I'm sucking down about 120 amp hours is all I'm getting off that roof because of all these trees. So I've been slowly cutting them down one by one, which is, you know, I've cut down maybe a dozen trees in my life. So I'm no expert with a chainsaw, I can tell you now. And all I could afford was this cheap little crappy Chinese chainsaw for, you know, 95 bucks Australian, which is bloody cheap. So you really can't complain about that. So yeah, anyway, that's just a little thing of what we're doing. I finally, as far as the drones go, after having them all stolen, I finally got another drone up and running. I built myself a Armaton frame, of course, Badger, their latest frame. I'm an Armaton fan, fanboy, I guess. I've had nothing but Armatons ever since I had the Relac X210 or something. And after that I got my first Chameleon, and I've never gone back. So now I've got the Badger. It's KISS FETEC flight controller. It's got Acheon 40 amp, 45 amp ESCs. It's got DJI's 03 air unit on it, and I'm using the goggles too, which came with my Avata. Quite like that little drone actually, the little Avata. It's not a bad little thing to fly around. I really need to get a proper remote because the motion control is a bit of a you know, you can't strife, can't go backwards, can't go straight up. I believe they've brought out a new motion controller too, which is supposed to be able to do all that sort of stuff. Not that I'm going to spend 240 bucks on a motion controller when I've already got one, when I could spend 240 bucks and get a proper RC remote, which would be much better. So we're slowly sort of moving into this, and the 14-year-old and the 5-year-old, and slowly been getting to fly again. And now that we're out of town here, out in the bush, I don't have to worry about Casa and all that crap out here. Shit, we're on our own place. I never fly above the tree line. I just scoot in and around these trees here. It's awesome. I've been having a ball actually. Yeah, so anyway, that's just a little bit of an update. I'll see how we go. I might upload some more videos in a month or so to show updates of what I've been doing around the farm here. I enjoy it. I mean, I can't do much every day, but you know, you do 10-15 minutes work, you sit down for half an hour or so, let the pain settle, and do another 10-15 minutes work, and by the end of the day you've got something done. Yeah, anyway peeps, have a good one, and catch up to you later.